I knew what I wanted to attack, in what order. I want to attack my whole house.
Hi everyone, I'm Joyce in Texas and I am here with my friend Lela.
Hi.
This is our second day and we are going to focus on her dining room and her living area, primarily the flat surfaces. We have donations, things from yesterday's work, and we are going to tackle and get as much done as we can. She is making a major life change and I'm so glad that you invited us into your home to do this. So I want to ask you two questions before we get started. Is number one, how did you feel at the end of the day yesterday? The positive and the unexpected.
I don't know that there was an unexpected. I'll start there.
Okay.
I was tired, but I kind of knew I was going to be tired.
Me
We
too.
got a lot done. We worked really hard. I can't say enough positive. Like, my whole family loves everything we got done. It makes sense and it's pretty to look at and it's just wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome. We've spent about an hour talking this morning, just talking through plans, her plans to continue after I'm gone, my plans to come back and help some more. And I just thank you in advance for all of your kind words and your support. It's very vulnerable when you show where you've been and where you're going. But her goal is to help you maybe understand you're not alone if you are dealing with some similar home spaces that have gotten out of control.
Absolutely.
All right, you ready to jump in?
Ready.
Okay, we are gonna move, we're gonna work on the dining room table. Some of this stuff came from the kitchen. We are stuff shuffling and some of this is gonna go into another room as a temporary holding area. We may pull them as we need them, but we're gonna jump in. Thanks for joining us, let's do it. Sharing that you're gonna help inspire somebody else that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
There is, and I hope so. I think that one of the things that I've kind of decided is to share even when it's kind of uncomfortable, because I would love to help someone else. And just one person. Like, I mean, 10 would be great. 100 would be better.
The dining room had a lot of items from the previous day, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. And a lot of this was just relocating to another room for temporary hold, but some of it was putting items away as well, like the dog treat containers and so forth. So we are in and out of this room a lot, which is why I'm doing the voiceover. And these are cookie cutters that her daughter needed to go through. So we will become more interactive with you and conversations in other sections, but this one was just a lot of relocating for now. Right, so I'm gonna put them over here. So let's put donate over here just to keep it out of the way.
Okay. So do y'all take like shoes and clothes and stuff?
Yeah.
Because I have all these basketball shoes of Bert's that he's outgrown.
Yeah.
And I tried selling them.
Oh, and they didn't sell?
And they didn't sell, but they're really nice shoes. Probably just take this back.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close this because it's getting heavy.
Heavy. So you can also, but you can also go to the next door.
Are these newer?
I don't know.
It's open.
Did you buy these
Yeah,
recently? Like they're still good?
they were 3 days ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it is so funny that both of us said the word recently at the same time. We were talking to her husband who was off camera.
Okay, Joyce, this backpack is pretty trash.
I would trash it then.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But I have another one here that I think we can donate.
Does this pillow stay here or does it go
It can actually be donated.
donated?
Yeah.
Are these chili beans?
Yes.
Where would you want to store
So I
them?
usually leave them on the dining table.
Oh, just to be eaten?
Yes, because
Okay.
Alberto just puts them in his meal. But if we want, we can put them on the kitchen counter just for the moment. Like,
Well, if you leave salt and pepper out here and the chili
Yes.
beans, I think we'll find
We'll work
something
around
to
it.
put in the center. And I'm gonna put these in the sink to wash.
okay. Realizing how much I should not take Bert to Starbucks before school. That is Alberto's and can probably be given to him. He would probably really like to put it straight in his
Vehicle?
vehicle.
Okay. And what about this turtle box?
That is Bert's. So I have a little pile started here for Bert
Okay.
that I can go put outside his room and put in his room. It's so hard, like, to walk by an area and not want to start going through that.
Yeah, you gotta tell yourself, be focused, be focused. Junk drawer?
Yes.
And then that can go garage maybe, or you want it in the junk drawer? It's small enough.
Let's put it in the junk drawer for now.
Let's do books first.
You want me to do those? That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna ask
so
you. What do you want me to do
Do
next?
these need to go in the snack?
Yeah.
Okay. And then is this a time?
Yes.
Where does,
That goes to our room.
and then is this keep or donate?
That's keep.
Okay. Alberto, this looks like a lot of stuff that might go to the garage. Can you look through it? All of these books were on a credenza that is being donated, so we've moved them over here and she's gonna go through them now.
A couple of questions for you.
Okay.
There's a couple of different classifications of books.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I sort of run away with my head. Like, what's the best way? Is it just best for me to just donate them all and be done with them? There's a group, my son's in a Spanish immersion program,
Okay.
and I'm inclined to separate out all the Spanish books.
Yep.
And see if there's someone in our community who's in the Spanish immersion program or a teacher at the school who would like them.
I think that's beautiful. The only question I'll ask you is, it does give you more work to do, one more thing to do. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that if I sort of, limit it
You're
to one or two tasks.
Yes. Perfect.
Like, not maybe finding a home for all of them. So I'm more inclined to just pull out all the Spanish and then maybe just drop them off at the school.
Perfect. I have known people who have decluttered and had good intentions, but then the things never left their house.
Yes.
So we just want to make sure that you assign yourself something that's doable and not overwhelming.
How to keep house when you're drowning. Maybe I should hold on to that one.
So are these in front your keep or?
Those are probably all donate. As much as I probably should read it, I probably won't.
I'm going to look through it and then I'll tell you.
And then you can tell me if you're giving me a reading assignment. How's that?
Oh, wow. They're just one page, one or two pages.
So maybe I will keep it.
What I would say is that maybe just look through the chapters, and if there's any that speak to you, just read those chapters and then pass it on.
Perfect. I will do that. Some of these books are really hard to get rid of.
What's going through your mind?
Well, and so some of these are like, this one is actually a book that I'm going to keep because it's called A Little Boy Who Lost His Name. And it was made, like, you fill in specific details. So it was made specifically for Bert. So I'm inclined to keep that. And then some of these are just really special little Christian books that have meant a lot. So I think I have a small stack of those books from my kids' childhood that I'd really like to keep.
Sounds good. Do you have memorabilia boxes for them?
Sort of. That is something that needs to be like improved, and there's things floating around here that needs to be added to them.
Okay.
But it's a process that I started.
Okay. So what other categories are you creating?
So I don't really know why I'm doing some of these categories.
Just help me through your thought process.
Okay, so these two books, well, it's the same book, actually. It's a book that they read at their school.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thought was to maybe ask the English teacher or the English department if they want them for someone who maybe can't get the book next year. Like, they've read it several years in a row. So I was just thinking that I might take that back to the school.
Okay.
And then really,
So the ones that you put over to your left?
so these are gonna go with that. These are little journals that I actually got for myself and lost track of, and I'd like to keep them.
Okay.
Kind of like little Bible studies for myself. All the rest, like this. I didn't look at this one.
donate?
That's donate.
And this one right here?
Yes.
Okay, which pile does this one go into?
This one can go over here.
Our update is this is now the donation pile. She decided she doesn't want to assign herself some tasks. So these all will get donated, including the Spanish immersion. So this is a huge stack. You did good.
Thanks.
Hey guys, I'm going to jump in here real quick. I want to let you know that I am part of the Helping Hands Alliance. It was put together by the channel, A Guy in His Junk. So right now, he is leading us, and Cammie Hill from American Wifey, and then myself, Joyce in Texas. We are taking this on, and what we're doing is volunteering to help someone in their home for free to clean and declutter. I am excited to join them. Watch their channels as well. If you haven't subscribed, go do that now. Thanks. This is work you did before I even got here.
Yes.
It's
So I
closed.
actually have this bin. I'm going to go through it one by one because there's actually a dress that my daughter's missing that may have gotten into this bin.
Okay.
Um,
So I can help you if that's the only thing you're
Yes.
looking for.
Everything else can go in, and then there's two more bags right behind you
Of clothes?
of clothes.
Oh,
but they're already bagged,
Sorry, bags and good?
and good.
Okay.
Is that a shirt or a dress?
It's a shirt.
Okay, so the dress we're looking for is
Similar?
white. Yes, but it's a dress.
And I wouldn't worry about making them too neat because they pull them out and look at everyone.
Okay.
And if there's ones that are like stained or not in great shape, they sell it by the pound.
Okay.
They get paid by the pound. So they still, and then those clothes end up getting recycled.
Oh, okay.
So this is a skirt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that.
No.
Okay. And then the books will go in here now. So here's our progress. This is now wiped down. We've swept over here. The little credenza that was there, she's donating that. All the donations we had here are out of here now. And so she's working on the coffee table. And we show you all that on the floor are donations. What was your question? What was your question on coffee or on coffee books?
Really just what to do about them. Like,
Do you enjoy them?
I do enjoy them, and I enjoy having them on my coffee table.
Mm-hmm. Then why would we change it?
I don't know.
Yep, we don't have
So I
to.
guess I don't really have a question.
If it bothered you and you wanted something else here, and I would say, okay. But if it doesn't bother you, enjoy them, then leave them here.
Okay.
So are all those ones, do you need as many as you have, which you don't have a ton, but is it quantity or is it just, doesn't matter?
I think I just am not great at like staging and that sort of thing. That kind of throws me for a loop. But I sort of like the ones, I've kind of narrowed down the ones that I have to ones that I like. They represent things that I love. I have one on Jesus and one on Mexico and one on flowers.
Okay.
And I do flip through them just when I kind of want something pretty to look at.
Perfect. Let's put them back then.
Perfect.
I absolutely am not opposed to that. This is your home. I want you to be comfortable in it. And it's good to question yourself or to get, just have a friend to bounce an idea off of. But yeah, I think you...
Can I see that paper towel?
Oh, yeah. I think you underestimate because you have beautiful decor. And I think you underestimate.
I think in the past I've gone, not so much coffee table books, but gone and gotten like shopped to kind of make myself feel better at times.
Retail therapy.
And so I have quite a few things that we've already put in donation on that list. Books aren't really one of them. I think because of that I sort of question myself a little bit. But these I do, like I've sort of narrowed down to the ones that I actually will sit when I'm trying to take a social media break and not doom scroll. I will look through these and enjoy them. So I do want to keep them.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything else that needs to go on here? Any coasters, any?
So we have this coaster right now. I think that eventually as I get things cleaned, I might put a plant or something there. I may move, my office gave me a beautiful orchid for my birthday. Maybe I'll move that over here.
Yeah, because you don't have an opposing person sitting.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be in the line of sight.
Yeah.
It should be fine. Maybe, yeah, I think it should be fine.
So let me get that.
Okay. That's pretty.
So I have that, and then a friend gave me this. I think maybe I'll put that there.
Okay.
So a friend gave me this little angel,
Oh, it's cute.
and I think maybe I'll put that with the orchid.
That sounds great. About this end table,
Okay.
and then we can do the entryway credenza over there,
Okay.
and then maybe take a break.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So this is voiceover Joyce coming to you. So she has been doing so good. Up until this point, we cleared off the dining room table, her coffee table, and now these end tables, and we're just working our way around the room. Her priority has been all of the flat surfaces. And while we're at it, we might as well dust and clean so it truly feels fresh. I have been so proud of her because of what she is doing, and a lot of this has been relocating items.
Is there anything I can help you with here other than wiping it down when you're ready?
I don't think so. I think it's things. I'm gonna use this little bin of yours real quick.
Yep.
Just to put things in
Perfect.
that need to go in other rooms.
And snake boots are those.
Those are a friend of Bert's. And I was actually going to ask him.
Just like the dining room table, a lot of what was on here was relocating. So while she knows those decisions, and didn't she make a beautiful bride? She did. She was amazing. I wasn't there for it, but I love this photo. So what I was capable of doing, since I couldn't make the decision on relocating, was doing dusting and cleaning off the surfaces. And I really think the finish on this is starting to come off a little bit and be worn, because that's what you're really seeing on the tissue and not necessarily dust and dirt. So it might need to be stripped down and refinished and repolyurethaned. So I just wanted to make that clear. But the after looks fantastic.
I need a little direction
Okay.
on how to attack this. Like, should I start with the stuff on the floor in front of it? Should I, like, it has all these little containers that I probably need to go through, and they'll be quick, but
I say let's clear the floor first.
Okay.
Because then you can actually access that over there better.
okay, that's trash. This needs to be cleaned.
Here.
Would you want to get a paper towel and just like wipe that with the cleaner?
I
And then
would.
you can also sit down while you do that. If you want. Confession time.
Yeah.
It's this neck massager that we'll sit on the couch and use. But it ended up falling behind the couch and getting forgotten there for a long time. So I don't really know where to have it live.
So I keep asking about, do you have a decorative basket or, you know, that triple tray over there? If one of those trays got, you could tuck it in the middle tray
Yes.
maybe?
So I think that ultimately I would really love to work my way out of the tray and not have the tray in here,
Yep.
the cart,
Then you could just have a pretty
and
wicker
have a
basket
pretty
or
little
something.
basket with that and a few other things that we just use kind of to relax and keep in here.
Perfect.
But that, I don't think I have one. So that will be a reward to myself
There you go. I like that.
after cleaning out all of this trash. This can go and donate.
Okay. It's right in this chair behind you.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Sorry. Look at these.
Oh!
They were my mother-in-law's. I don't know what to do with them.
They were your mother-in-law's? Would either of your kids want them down the line? That's what I would do.
I think so.
I would ask, and if Bert's attached to them, you know, would you ever put it in a shadow box, or would you just let them go? Let them go?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe I should ask my
Ask.
sister-in-laws if they want them.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold on to these. For the moment, I'm going to put them right there.
Okay. The right there is a box that you're kind of to do.
Yes,
later.
so I have a bin on that I put on the table that is mostly paperwork, but it's things that I need to keep track of
And you'll attack
work
later.
through and put away and that sort of thing.
Perfect.
I'm only doing
Okay.
these can go with the Christmas stuff that my husband took. So if we can just set them by the front door.
I'm just going through this little basket and pulling out all the small items and trying to contain them for her, since I cannot make the decision on these type of things and I don't want to interrupt her. Pulling little tchotchke stuff out.
Okay, those are all things that I want to keep.
Okay. And this
I don't think I have what that goes to, so put it in the trash.
money, money, money.
So I just opened this box and found a sprinkler that I'm certain my husband ordered and got put in a stack. So I'm gonna put it in a bin for him. This book can go in donation.
Okay. I'll like this one.
Okay, that is to go to the ranch.
Okay. Looks like medical feeding pad, braces, stuff like that.
Okay,
Do you want to leave it in this?
let's leave it in that for now so that I can, and let's put that in there.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to put this on the table.
Okay.
This,
Oh, that, it needs to be repaired, and it goes in Maya's room. And she has
so
the other
this
one.
tub is hers?
Yes.
Or do you want it in your to-do
Her.
tub?
No, you can put it in that one. That's a great space.
Is this case donate?
Yes.
Do you want this in the closet?
Yes. That is a projector. It goes in Maya's room.
Okay, so in her box right here?
Yes.
Yes. This is
Question.
another projector.
That's also mine. I need to ask Alberto, but I'm not sure.
Light bulb, surge protectors, puff light.
So, we don't need this, so this can be donated.
I don't mean to distract you, I'm trying to look for things that I can do.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang on to this.
Okay.
These are, rechargeable.
Oh. Where do you store your light bulbs?
So
In the
these
closet?
go to the ranch.
The ranch? Okay.
Yes.
I'll take them to over there.
She found some books, and some of these were devotionals that she has done before. And I think it really is a personal preference on whether you wish to keep them or you've already done them and you want to let them go, throw them away. And then she found some journal books that could also be donated. So let me know in the comments if you keep your old journals or Bible studies.
So she is donating all of these books.
We've cleaned this off. We've done some stuff shuffling, as you like to say. And there's several bins that are really things that I need to dig deeper into.
Okay.
Or like this one is all art stuff that I would like to keep.
Art does not have a designated spot right now.
It doesn't right now.
Okay.
And it needs some like cleaning out and organizing anyway, but that's not what we're working on today. So what do you think I should do with, like, there's a couple of bins of small bins of paperwork and to-dos, and then there's a bin down there that I put like stuff that's mine that needs to go back to my room, and so I'm going to take that back there.
So I would recommend right now, because I think your floor surface needs to be open. I would recommend this is where it was before. Let this be your working to do. And that way you can grab a bin, sit over here, go through it slowly.
Like one day if I come home from work and I have energy to just tackle one bin, then I could do that.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll just stack them up nicely and
Okay.
yeah.
And a couple of those will have, like, there's one bin that we did that's all my daughter's stuff, so I'll move that to her room and we'll
Perfect.
tackle it. And
Yep.
the one that goes back to my bedroom, I'll take back there.
Okay.
So not all of these will be going back on here, but I will put a few of them back.
Okay. Well, the ones you know that are going to go here, are any of them with lids that we would stack on top?
So that one with the red,
Okay, let's go ahead and bring it over.
this can go not for now like this. I don't think
You
I
have a lot of chargers over there. It
Okay,
might be
so
over
let's
there.
save it.
But is it broken? Like something's,
I think maybe it is. I think it's trash it.
you want me to plug it in and see? Maybe if I can find a plug? Oh yeah, there's. Blinds? What's happening with these blinds?
So I need to talk through these blinds, probably just with you. These were blinds that a friend of mine had that she bought, and they didn't work because they don't have any lining,
Oh, okay.
and I probably just need to donate them. So this is trash.
Okay. So these are going to be donated?
Yes.
So, with this bench in the entryway, the same thing was happening. There was a lot of relocation items that didn't even necessarily belong to her, like a pair of pants that belongs to her niece and needed mending, and maybe friends of her kids and items that belong to them. So I was able to help where I could, but it really was a lot of delayed decisions that then make a small pile become a magnet for more items that are delayed decisions. So the goal for the family is to take the extra few seconds that it takes to actually put things away and where they belong. And if there are any purchases, whether from Amazon or elsewhere, that those get dealt with right away. It is so easy for these entry areas to become hotspots and accumulate things. But she made a lot of great progress, and she was going to have a family meeting to talk about new habits and goals for their home and how they can achieve them together.
All right, guys, it is the end of day 2. We spent about 4.5 hours. I'm going to share with you the before photos and the after photos, but I wanted to have an end of the day chat. We did everything we planned to without doing the desk, and you're going to plan on that?
I think I'm going to tackle that. There's not a lot with everything that Joyce and I have done. I feel like I have a good mindset of what I need to do over there. And Joyce just doesn't need to stick around. She's been so generous with her time.
You know I would do it. I love you.
I know.
Yeah, so we both started the day tired because we worked 8 hours the day before. And so we were sluggish, but I'm feeling pretty good now.
I feel really good. I definitely, once you get started, get a boost of energy and to see the things. I think we took 2 bags of trash out of this room and recyclables on top of that. And then we loaded up, I don't know how many bags of donation, which just feels really good.
Yeah, my whole back seat, it is full. And we have the little credenza that was back here in the bed of my truck. So you let go of a lot.
I did, and it feels really good.
Yeah. I'm just so proud of her. She has known what she wanted to do. She was ready to do it. And to me, the most important thing is that she asked for help. And that's kind of the tip of the day. If you are going through something similar or even different, please find a trusted friend or family member who will not be judgmental and who's willing to help you. We're so willing to give help, but we don't really feel comfortable asking for help. And that boggles my mind. It happens to me too.
It does. I mean, I would be the first to jump in and help someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Joyce when we were having lunch, I think it took me almost 4 months to ask her for help.
Oh.
And I don't know why that is. It just is hard to ask. But I am so glad that I did. Yeah. I knew what I wanted to attack, in what order. I want to attack my whole house. I knew where I needed help, and I knew a big part of the help I needed was just getting started. I have a game plan on how to do little things after work.
Yes.
Some days, and then bigger projects I'll save for the weekend.
Perfect.
And we'll see where I am when I can get you back here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank y'all so much for joining. Thank you for your supportive comments, for your encouragement of Lela. She's a wonderful soul. Her whole family is just precious, and I think they're all very happy with the progress and proud of her for tackling this and just coming out better on the other side. So we are going to close like my dad always closed his voicemail messages. Bye for now. Good job. Oh.